guys, what's going on?
What up?
Welcome back to another episode of Beer Me Dr. V, where it's never refill too soon. We have returned from our trips from Waco, Texas, and we bring back treasures of Waco. We bring you today Southern Roots Brewing Company. Whoop, whoop. So we actually did not know about this brewing company. Mags and I were in Waco for his dad's birthday. It was pretty much his siblings and his nieces and nephews and his mom and dad. Went to Dr. Pepper Museum in Waco. We made our own sodas. So I have one of my little concoctions that I haven't started drinking yet, so we'll see how it tastes. So you make your own soda, and you toured the little place, which is actually a 3-story museum, which I did not realize. We almost did just the first floor and left, so it's a good thing we realized that it was actually a lot bigger than that. So really interesting history. It's literally right by the Magnolia, or the silos at Magnolia, which, if you guys don't know, that's Chip and Joe Gaines' little space in Waco that they really brought a lot of economy back to Waco area. It's pretty much right across from Baylor University. What else is there? Twisted Root. We went to Twisted Root Brewing Company. I did post a little video during the day when we kind of went to Southern Roots. So Southern Roots has their original location in Waco, but they also have a location that just opened up in early 2022 in Waxahachie. So I'm going to try and convince Mags for us to go this Wednesday so we can check out the Waxahachie location. But yeah, so Southern Root was opened up it's a family-owned brewing company, opened up by Keith and Crystal Evans and their son Dustin Evans. So there's technically 4 owners. So Dustin helps with, he is the head of growth and strategy. And then there's also a director of operations who is Scott Thompson. So there's technically 4 owners. It's a family-owned brewing company. I'm wondering who runs the Waxahachie location. I wonder if they actually mentioned that on the website. So they have a head of brewing, general manager at Waco location. So it's actually both the general managers are women. That's kind of cool. The Waxahachie location is Tyler Duran, and the local Waco location is Faith Williams. So really cool. I actually like that. I didn't realize that. So yeah, so Southern Roots, they had a couple of different interesting beers. It was actually pretty packed for I guess because it was Saturday. It was Saturday afternoon, probably about 2 o'clock. When we went, mostly street parking. I don't remember if they had a lot.
No, I think it was street parking.
Yeah, it was mainly street parking. I don't know if you consider that area downtown Waco or not. It's pretty close to everything that's now what is there. I got a shirt. Mags and I bought shirts while we were there, and I was like, Mags was really gonna buy a shirt, and then I was like, I'm probably gonna just get a shirt just so I can get one. It's actually really soft, and on the shirt it says, "It's not just beer, it's our craft." So that's actually their slogan that they have, and it says, "Texas proud, Southern Roots Brewing Company." I have dog hair all over it already. And on the back, it actually has the Alico building. So I thought that was kind of cool. And I think they have a lager, something like that. I think it's
American lager.
American lager that they named after the building. If you're not familiar with the Waco area, I don't think I knew this either until we went to the Dr. Pepper Museum. There was a tornado, an F5 tornado that hit Waco in the 50s, so around 53. One of the major things in the Dr. Pepper Museum they mentioned is a vault that everyone hid in that vault, and that was pretty much the only part of that side of the museum that was standing still. But it sounds like this Alico building actually withstood the tornado, and it actually was housing people during that time. So it just ended up being a shelter, and it was a 22-story building. So it's pretty much still towering over everything in Waco as far as the skyline goes. So really interesting. It's a life insurance building. So I don't know. Waco's such a small town that for it to have a 22-story building is pretty intense. So. But yeah, as far as beers go, again, it was pretty packed when we went in there. I wanted to do a flight, but because it was so busy, they couldn't offer it. They had this what are those things called? Those
Funky Pops?
Funko Pop. I don't know. Those little cute little miniature, looks like a bobblehead, but not. They had a big sale with that, and they had some light fixture, Marvel DC light fixtures that people were selling. So it was almost like a little Funko Pop sale inside of the brewery. So half the brewery was taken up by that, half the brewery was tables. So it was pretty packed. We actually had to sit along the wall to even sit down and have a beer. So they have pizzas, all the pizzas. So I was listening to a news, a newscast with Dustin, and he mentioned that he pretty much made all of the different styles of pizza they have, and he was just sitting down drinking beer, and that's how he came up with most of the ideas for the pizzas. So vegetable pizza, cheese pizza, BLT pizza. They have pizzas of the month. 6-shooter pizza, Gentleman's Duel, El Diablo, Georgia Guidestone. Just seeing about that, the Georgia Guidestone. I was trying to find out information about the parents, about the other two owners, but I couldn't really find anything. But I did find something that it said Crystal Evans on like Miss America, and it looks just like her. And I was like, oh my gosh, maybe it's her, but it was like she was Miss Georgia, so I don't know. But now seeing Georgia Guidestone, maybe it was her. That's hilarious. I love it. Um, People just don't like to use social media. I feel like Dustin's all over. He's like the face of the company right now. He's the one doing all the marketing and stuff, and enjoying talks and having people come to the brewery. They had a news piece on them with their local news in Waco like about 5 months ago. So pretty active in the community. I heard something about Yappy Hour where they have dogs and they do a happy hour and like you bring your dogs. So like that's fun. I love that. As far as their website goes, though, they don't really have information about their beers. So whatever we had was pretty much on their menu. They do have seasonal beers. I'm not sure about their core beers because again, they don't really mention it on their website. I'm sure they're probably a microbrewery company, even though they do have 2 locations. I can't remember exactly. Yes, I was trying to look them up, and I'm pretty sure they have beer in HEB down there, but it's only local. So I would still probably consider them a microbrewery. I don't know if they are in like local breweries or not, since they have their own or like local bars. But yeah, it's something that we'll find out eventually. And if we go to Waxahachie and we find out more information, hey, the more information, the better. So Southern Roots original location opened 2018, and then a couple years later they opened in 2022 in Waxahachie. So thriving, surviving, pizza, beer, what's not to love? Let's get into our first beer, babe. What do we have? I have the Mexican one first.
Oh, okay, it's the Ambiguously.
You're like, I don't know.
So the first one is the Ambiguously Latin Mexican IPA. Cool. It's a cold style IPA.
Okay.
Which is just pretty much is just brewed with lager yeast and in colder temperature. That's pretty much what makes it a cold IPA. But this Mexican lager, it's what makes it a Mexican lager, it combines the bitterness of an American IPA with the crisp and refreshing characteristics of a Mexican lager, like a Dos Equis or something like that.
I thought you said Dos Equis.
Dos Equis.
It smells like straight up jalapeno. I know that there was some kind of pepper in it, right? What is it?
Yeah, it has what it is just a pale ale with lime, citrus, and Serrano peppers.
Oh, Serrano. Okay, it smells like you can smell the pepper, but I wonder
if
you
can smell the Serrano for sure.
Heat or not. One other beer that we have that has pepper is the Paleta de Mango, right? From Rar and Sons. They actually just announced that they have Paleta de Piña now. Is it Piña?
Yeah.
Paleta de Piña hitting stores. So I was like, oh man, we're going to go to Kroger. And I was just at Kroger yesterday. It makes me so mad I didn't realize it.
Oh, and this one's also made in collab with Funky Picnic, which is down the street from us.
Yeah, really cool. It's not spicy. Ooh, it's got a little bit of heat. It didn't start till about the second or third second that I had it. Mostly in the middle of the palate. It finishes. It's very subtle though. It kind of scared me because I thought I was gonna get hot for a second. It's actually really good. It's really light in color. I would consider this a straw yellow. So for me, it looks more like a lager than it does an IPA. But it definitely does have that smell of an IPA along with the Serrano pepper scent, aroma.
There's also a 6% ABV and 26 IBU.
Okay, so it's pretty low. Pretty low for an IPA. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's bitter, just a teeny bit, but I think it's more so that flavor from the lager and the IPA towards that finish. But 26 is not too bad for IBUs. I would say this is pretty good. So the 3 beers we have, I did not try since I couldn't do a flight. I only did their California Common, which if you watch the Instagram reel that I posted, is a steam beer essentially. They were made popular in California, which is why they call it California Common. It's a little bit looking like on the maltier side, so it's a little bit more amber to brown color. It is a lager-based beer, so that one, they actually just make the beer at a little bit higher temperature than it would versus this lager IPA. They actually do it at a colder temperature than a lager is used to. So with that, the yeast is going to taste different. It's going to settle differently. So, flavor profiles will be a little bit different. So I had that one. I can't remember what it was called. Oh, the Texas Irregular was that California Common. And then I also had their Hefeweizen, which was the Phantom Warrior, which was really good. I enjoyed that one. So yeah, those are the two I had. So these will be 3 new beers to me. I don't believe I've had Southern Roots anywhere that we've been. We'll be back in Waco next Saturday. I feel silly because I did not realize the Pivar Hotel where we're going to go get our beer spa day is literally walking distance from the silos. So I was like, darn it, if I knew, I could have booked it a little bit later on Saturday and we could have did all of it at once and had one full day in Waco and maybe a night. But oh well, things happen. We're going to go to Waco again next Sunday, maybe, or next Saturday. Maybe we'll find another brewery to hit. I like this one. It's pretty good. So all 3 of these beers, they couldn't sell individual cans, so I got crowlers, and their crowlers are 25-ounce pours. So it's like drinking a Twin Peaks beer in one sitting. So probably we'll be able to finish these this week, depending on how I like them. I have a feeling I'll like them all. This one's a really easy drink. I'm gonna give this one a 3.5. It's actually pretty good. I was kind of scared with the Serrano, but it's not spicy. It's not overpowering. It's very mellow. It's subtle. I wonder if they've had this at Funky Picnic, and me looking at Ambiguously Latin at Southern Root, that I haven't checked it in, but I wonder if they have it at Funky Picnic Ambiguously Latin, because that sounds like a name.
I'm pretty sure it's a new beer. I don't think we haven't been a Funky Picnic in
a minute.
Month.
This is true. Probably a good year almost now. I'm looking at Funky Picnic just to make sure. But so that's another place. You know what? We have not done an episode on Funky Picnic yet, and we should probably do so because we haven't, but they're one of those places that they don't sell cans. They're probably more of like a nano. Unless they do collabs. I think that they're probably more like a nano brewery, so we'd have to get crowlers from them. Similar like Bankhead Brewing Company, I feel like they are probably more like a nano/micro brewing company.
But I think they have to go beer, no?
They also had crowlers. I guess some people just choose, or some breweries, they just choose not to, they want to stay the size that they are. Yeah, I can't find Ambiguously Latin on Funky Picnic's Untapped, so it's probably mainly there. So speaking of collabs, I just saw that yesterday Denton Brewing Company posted that they did a collaboration with No Label, which is out in Katy, Texas, and it's literally by my sister's house. And so I was like, oh my gosh, it's so awesome. So I'm wondering where you can get it, because like something like this, it's at Southern Roots, but it's a collab for Denton County and No Label, because they did the party yesterday at No Label. So I wonder if, they brought a couple cans back, or what that looks like. What do you guys decide? How do you decide who's going to have it at their brewery? Crazy.
Whoever's ideas was it?
I guess. I don't know. Overall, Ambiguously Latin, not so ambiguous. I mean, if I try this, I would probably think it's a lager. I wouldn't see that it's an IPA, to be honest. Easy drink. Not too spicy. It's got a little heat, but I'm okay with it. Tastes great. What do we have next, babe?
So next one will be Surfside, and this is right here, and it's a wheat beer.
Okay.
This is 5.6 ABVs, 17 IBUs.
Oh, so it has IBUs in it too.
Yeah.
So this one I remember they mentioned. Oh, see, so they do have some on their website. You found it. Oh, so maybe this is one of their core beers?
Well, yeah, and this is one of the beers that they have at both locations.
It says at all locations, all as in 2. That's funny. So cool.
It's just a regular wheat ale with slight notes of orange.
And mango. Does it say mango in there?
Nope.
It's also mango, you guys. That's what it says. That's what it says on the menu. I took a picture, thankfully, because there's not much. So on their website, it looks like they have the Hot Blonde, which I remember... based on their story, I think that was one of their first beers that they brewed. So even though they opened in 2018, they were actually homebrewing for a long time before that. So again, another like husband and wife duo, really like a family setup, homebrewing at home, and they decided, you know what, let's do this, let's open a brewery, and why not make 2 years later? So, oh yeah, even here, we began homebrewing as a hobby, toying with one of our first recipes, the Hot Blonde. What does HOT stands for?
Heart of Texas.
Oh,
and
cute.
I'm pretty sure they can't use it because Four Corners has that Heart of Texas.
Oh, I see. And you know who else has HOT? Heart of Texas Great Danes, where we got Camus. That's delicious. I'm going to tap again. I can taste the mango on that. It tastes so creamy. It's almost like a creamsicle. This reminds me of the dreamsicle at Community. Smell it. I think you would like this one. It's not banana. It's more like orange creamsicle, mango, tropical. Mm, this is bomb. I'm gonna give this a 3.75. I would probably give this a 4, but I want to be fair. It's very good. It almost a teeny bit. I feel like there's something missing in this, but it's really really good. I think they executed that one really well. It's got really good flavor. Wheat beer, you know, classic wheat beer flavor, but you know with that citrus and tropical flavor to it, it finishes really nicely, nice and creamy. Yum. 3.75.
Ooh.
Okay, we're already on our last beer. We are, you know, you guys, we are like hammering these beers out now. Is that the can? Oh my gosh! So guys, the can is like a pyramid of people water skiing with like an orange slice as their parachute in the background, and they're holding a Texas flag. That's
The
hilarious.
sun. I mean, the orange is the sun.
Oh, I thought the orange was there. Oh yeah. Oh, the orange slice is their sun. That's cute. But yeah, they are water skiing at least. It's a 5-person pyramid. That's hilarious. Surfside, you guys got it right. I'm gonna finish this one. It's actually really good. All right, last one.
So the last one is gonna be Gunfire IPA. Just an American IPA.
Okay.
It's 6.6 ABV, 77 IBU. So it's gonna be
Ooh,
it's gonna
bitter.
be it's gonna be a little bitter.
Does it mention?
And it has made out of a couple different hops.
Oh, that's what I was
So
gonna ask.
we have some of these I don't think we've had before. Well,
Check it.
one of them, Nelson Sabine.
Ooh. What? Salvine. Yeah,
Salvine.
Okay, Nelson.
I wonder what kind of hops are those.
Let's look.
We've had El Dorado, so it's Nelson Salvine, El Dorado, and then later in the brewing process they throw in Cashmere hops to give it that for the aroma and the dryness of it.
So I wonder if that's from Southern Root, because on the menu, I ordered this beer because it had Nectaron in it. So I wonder which one is accurate, because on their menu it says IPA with Citra and Nectaron. So that's completely different. What does it say on the website? Right there.
Where am I? Oh,
Citra and Mosaic.
and Mosaic. So there's everywhere.
They're
All of
really
them show different.
their menu. So their menu says Citra and Nectaron, but let's look up Nelson Sauvin while what's it called? While Untapped mentions that. So yeah, so I wouldn't say, maybe depending on the series.
Maybe.
So Citra for sure. Citra sounds like it's the same, not the same on Untapped. So I'm not sure who did the descriptions on it. Is there different ones for each year, you think?
No, I only found one.
So Nelson Sauvin is a New Zealand hop. It's got grape-like flavor that will give grape flavor, white wine grape flavors to the beer. Freshly crushed gooseberries, passion fruit, extreme fruitiness, alpha acids 12 to 13, so pretty similar to what we usually have as far as IPAs go. Grapefruit and green fruit and sweet fruit per Yamaka Valley hops. And then as far as the aroma profile, I don't really smell anything. It's pretty subtle. Yeah, I don't really smell anything. Key flavors: mango, lychee, melon, grapefruit, white wine, and gooseberry. Okay, so gooseberry. I don't think I've seen a gooseberry. Gooseberry, I feel like that sounds more like red wine to me than anything. I want to show you guys a picture of a gooseberry because I've definitely not seen one before. Gooseberry. Let's see if this is anything. Oh yeah, it's its own beer. So Nelson Sauvin, or its own hop. It's not a crossbreed from anything. It is just a straight up, this is the hop, and that's what we got. Okay, let's see. You said 77 IBUs?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay. So there are green and purple gooseberries. These look like tiny melons. Look at these. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to show you guys a picture. It looks like a grape, but it's just really vascular. Like you can see the veins. It's like a tiny, tiny watermelon, and it's really see-through. So it looks like a green grape with see-through. And it's got some watermelon lines. Okay, now I know what a gooseberry looks like. Yeah, look, they look very vascular. It's like they got little roots on the inside, and you can see them from the outside of the berry. So, okay, let's try it out. Cheers. Oh, wow. This is good. I was expecting a lot more bitterness to it. It does finish bitter. That I just had that first sip, probably 3 to 5 seconds into it, I got the bitterness at the end, so more bitter at the finish, but still, again, subtle. I do get that wine flavor in the middle. It's not a harsh IPA. It's, even though it does mention it's bitter, color profile, it's a little bit more golden compared to the straw yellow of our Ambiguously Latin. I don't remember what color our second one was for Surfside because I drank it. But yeah, this one's actually really good too. I'm not mad at any of these three beers. I enjoyed the other two beers I had from there. So, the brewing team is doing a really great job, I think. I did not hate any of their beers. I would say, I have been rating people mostly up to a 4 for beers. I hadn't touched anything above that recently. So I feel like I really need to start going back and saying, you know what, which ones did I really like? And should I really, rescore these again? So we might have to do like a rewind or like a redo episode to see if we think anything different. Because I honestly, that wheat beer, I really probably give that higher rating. Just knowing the last couple of wheat beers I've had, it's definitely a top contender. But this one's really good too. Now we know what a gooseberry looks like. We're going to potentially say that this is Citra and something else because we're not really sure. We know what Nelson Sauvin is. It's a New Zealand style hop. So we learned a lot today, I feel like. We had a lot of great information. We're going to definitely have to see the Waxahachie location. Just looking on their website, it looks like a very yellow building, so probably can't miss it unless they haven't power washed the building since they opened it, which has only been like a year and change. So Waxahachie is probably, a good 40 minutes from us?
Yeah.
Looks like they're open every day, too, since they do have pizzas and they do have food. They can actually be open throughout the week. So let's see if they have any events going on this weekend. Just to name off a few other beers, what were those other at all location beers? So I think the other one with that Heart of Texas Blonde.
It was the Hot Blonde, the West of Czech Pilsner.
Yeah.
Gunfighter IPA, and the Surfside.
Oh, okay, so only 4 beers, really.
Yeah.
So I would probably consider those are core beers. They have some other ones, the Terralingua, which is a dry hop sour, that Phantom Warrior, which I told you guys my Hefeweizen that I loved. Oh, they do have that American Light Lager, which is the Alico. The Texas Regular, which I had, which was the California Common. I had never heard of that style beer, so I was like, gotta try it, let's do this. They also have a Japanese rice lager called Minami, a Sandia Agria, which is a watermelon sour, and then a Azúcar de Oro, which is a Mexican-style Pilsner. So I had a couple beers on tap. Oh, and the Alvarez de Pineda. I don't know. They do have trivia. They actually they had this weird, club thing that you paid $300 for, right?
Oh yeah.
And then you could drink, you would get happy hour pricing
for life.
Was it for life or the year?
I think it was for life.
That was kind of interesting. I was like, do I drink $300 worth of beer? Probably, but we will never know, and definitely not at one place because we like to shop around. You guys know. So, all right. Well, I think this was a great episode. We learned a lot about the breweries, and you guys know anywhere we are, we're going to try and find a new brewery that we've never been to, and just happen to be that we have one in Waxahachie. It's probably about the same distance, only I guess we shaved 20 minutes off by going to Waxahachie, but who knows with traffic coming back, how bad that is going to and from Waxahachie. But overall, great spot. I would love to do a flight next time I'm in, so we're going to have to go on a random day. So maybe if we go on a Wednesday, I'll be able to do a flight and try some of their other beers. Stay tuned on our Instagram and TikTok to see if we do get to try any other beers at Waxahachie. All the beers were top-notch. I'm going to still check in these beers, so I might change my mind if I do another sip around. But just keep in mind, we do have a lot of cool events and national holidays coming up. Last week, we had National French Fry Day, so I had some McDonald's fries. And we actually had the ice cream day yesterday, but we didn't have ice cream. Terrible. National IPA Day is coming up August 3rd. There's National Chicken Wing Day. We just had National Cheeseburger, Hamburger, Hot Dog Day. The summer is full of national food and beverage days. I think National Tequila Day just passed, too. So it's been a lot. It's been a very busy summer so far. It's hot. It's 106 today. The low was 79, which is actually much lower. It poured rain yesterday, which was Sunday. So it helped a little bit, I guess, cooling down. But again, we're still like 106 today. So yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you again for tuning into Beer Me Dr. V, where it's never refilled too soon. We'll catch you guys on the next episode. Hopefully we can try and do our next episode at the beer spa. If we get in trouble, we'll just do it from the Fredericksburg beers that I had I had Fredericksburg beers planned for this episode, but then after we found Southern Root, I was like, screw it, let's do Southern Root, and we can move the other one until next weekend. But we'll see how it goes. Until next time, I'm Dr. V.
And Mags.
We'll see you guys next time. Cheers.